All right, they're taking her back. All right, Granny Gran, I'll see you on the other side. What is going on, guys? It is me, your boy John with Grand Exploration, and welcome to another episode of The Build. Now today, we're over at the Overland Truck Store again, but this time we're not going on a trail ride. This time, we're doing some stuff in the shop, okay? For those of you that may know, I am running 35s on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's a 2015 Limited, and that is something that is not done by a lot of people, and that's because it's not as simple as you might think to get 35s to fit. It's not impossible, but it's not easy, it's not quick, it's not something you're just gonna do in your driveway real quick unless you got the skills. So if you're thinking about getting 35s on your Jeep Grand Cherokee, that is sick, but you might want to follow these procedures before you do it, because you may not want to deal with it, or you may say, heck yeah, let's do it. Either way, watch this video. If you haven't hit subscribe, smack the subscribe button. I really appreciate your support, and let's hop into this shop.
If this is a Toyota Tacoma or 4Runner, I'd be done already.
This is as far as I could cut before the two pieces would split.
Right, yeah.
My goal is to cut right at that lip.
This is a unibody style, so this is the same as a Cherokee setup, an XJ setup. Once you cut up here, we can cut up here. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is going to be this is going to split the body,
right,
basically. So you're going to have a gap. So you're either going to have to deal with the noise inside of the wind and the mud and the water and all that crap coming in, or you're going to have to find a way to seal that and then basically put a bond in there to seal that up.
I said everything's about like an 1/8 inch.
1/8 inch, yeah.
thick.
So then, yeah, we can weld it back on.
Yeah. So one of the things with cutting up the fenders on this WK2 is the WK2 is a unibody. So when you start cutting up to a certain level and the metal layers start to split, you're leaving that body open. So you want to try to get it sealed up as best possible. We're shooting to weld. All of the metal on the WK2 is pretty thin. It's about an 1/8 inch thick, so welding it should not be a problem. We have to do the rear doors too. I've already started cutting on my own, but these guys are going to do it professionally. So we need to, my goal is to cut the rest of this up to this lip and weld it shut. Rest is the rear doors, which I have a sealant on there, but we need to get it properly welded back together. And there's more sealant there. So that is the goal for the rear. And then for the front, we have the pinch welds done, but you see this big old box here, we need to cut this a 1/2 inch back and then weld a plate to cover that up. And then the front wheels will finally clear over these obstacles and full crank of turn will be achievable. That's the goal.
Because part of this is the door.
The seal's right here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how, I mean, this seal right here can just come off.
Right.
So it's not sealing shit now.
But yeah, just know when you cut this, you're gonna have to weld here,
This seal's pointed.
this seam, and then when you cut this, I would try to leave, an 1/8 of a gap here, like I did on that XJ, and then lay that back. Then you can tack that in, and then Durabond it,
Yeah,
or
I'm just gonna cut the outside, and then I'll probably roll the inside.
Yeah, roll the inside in. Yeah,
Weld it.
yeah. But I think you're gonna have to sand some of this off there because of where basically where the strip line is where you're gonna have to sand down to, so it'll lay flat. Otherwise, you'll have a gap in the door.
Or maybe I'll lay it flat this way.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, that way you still have this pristine look, and then
it'll be in the inside, so you won't see it until you open it.
yeah. Then the same thing, we'll roll this over so we can kind of keep a decent edge here.
Right.
Roll it over and then we'll tack it on the backside.
Okay.
That way nobody sees it.
Cool. That's why I love these guys. I'm so used to hearing, no, we can't do that. No, we shouldn't do this. No, no, no. With these guys, they figure out situations and this is what we're going to do for this. This is how we're going to do that. That's the type of people I like to work with. I like to trade in my stock Jeep Grand Cherokee. So we're getting ready to weld now in the rear. He said he's got to turn this welder way down, otherwise he's going to cut right through, just blow right through this thin 1/8 inch thick metal. So hopefully we got everything the way it's supposed to go. I don't want to blow through it. All right, it's time for my cutting and welding training. I get to have a crack at it. He says I can't really mess it up. We'll see. All right.
Might have to turn your hat around back.
Yeah.
A little twist on the back here. Yeah.
All right, then. So we'll go right here. And just hold it up there. Pull the trigger. You just like stack them on top of each other.
Well, you just slide it down slowly. I'll get the redneck fire extinguisher ready. This is why you don't let overlanders build their own shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that burn like shit.
Poor guy got a burn.
All right. She's welded down, smoothed out, and painted. No rust, nothing. No water's getting in there. Now we just need to cut this all the way around. All right, so we're taking just a little break from the cutting and welding right now, and since we're in here, we are going to throw in some new camber and caster arms on the rear. So we got Camber King, a lot beefier and stronger, but the main reason I'm doing it is because my B Woody rear sway bar link actually rubs against that upper control arm. So this is going to replace it. Boom. And then we also got this upper control arm here, which is also Camber King's. So, bam, just gonna go in there. So ultimately, a lot stronger pieces to keep the Granite Grand going, and I won't have that rear sway bar link rubbing anymore. Has to do with my lift, and since I put the HD springs on, they started rubbing. That's because it kind of brought the back end up a little higher. So we're gonna get that done, and yeah, should be good. Making her a tank. All right, guys, so everybody over here is on their lunch break. I just noticed it when I looked up from cutting my fenders. Nobody was around, so I got the whole shop to myself. This is the Grand Exploration Overland Truck Store takeover, where I am the technician for the day. We are gonna get as much easy stuff done on our own before they come back ready to cut the hard stuff. So I've been working on this piece here, kind of jacked that up a bit, but that's all right. We'll sand it smooth. Now I'm going to work on this. This one I got to be real careful with. I don't think I can get it too high, but we'll see. I want to get right up to this lip, but that might be too risky. We'll see. I just don't want it to split too far. I don't want to mess up this paint, because if that paint starts chipping up here, it's going to be hard to get it back. I have to take it to the paint shop, and I don't feel like dealing with that. So I'm going to cut as close up as I can, see how she's doing, and just kind of play it by ear. But in here, it's looking pretty darn good. It's been welded and folded, so the doors are good. All right, got her nice and clean there. I'm too scared to go all the way. I don't want to chip that paint, but so far she's looking good. I think we'll stick with that for now.
All right.
And you just kind of get some edge trim like I did on the front. Kind of hack the back up a little bit, but that's all right. And then we'll do that in just a little while. All right, so we are back at the rear of the Jeep, and he's just buttoning up the back end there. He's gonna throw a bead up here, and then we still have to cut this and then fold it in on itself and then throw a weld on it, which means I may have to take my off-road animal rails here, maybe cut it that way. I don't know yet, but it's probably going to protrude out further than the body. Might look kind of weird. We'll see.
We're gonna paint it pink. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna trim it up right here, just a little bit, just so it flows from this all the way into this, so it looks one piece or one weld.
All right, now with this guy, we got to cut about a ½ inch off of this. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna cut straight down and then go around and meet it. Look at all that trail in there. That's Albert Desert. So there's the cap. So now we pushed her back and we'll weld another cap on there. Get that old pinch weld mod cleared up.
What you normally do is you pull your metal to your thinner metal. That way, when you're doing it, you're not burning through your thinner metal, and you can go back real quick.
Gotcha.
And just bring it back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a Z pattern kind of.
Yeah.
And then it connects the both together.
So you just keep it down consistently, the trigger down consistently, just Z pattern it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So something like.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I'm just going different spots.
Yeah, see how it's not like your buddies like quarters, but at least I got a penny in there somewhere.
Right.
There's a hole down there.
Be shiny, boy. Oh yeah, so got that hole. That's where I burned through.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh well.
Oh, it's gonna be so nice to be able to turn my wheels all the way around.
If this is a Toyota Tacoma or 4Runner, I'd be done already.
What we doing?
I'm going to tack this plate right here so no water gets in there. And you can turn these 35's that you decided to put on this week.
It wasn't like water didn't already get up in there.
There'll be a hole right here for drainage. It'll be alright.
Cool. There she blows. All right. All right, guys. Let's see what we got. All right, cool. Ooh, she's close. So she hits right at that last piece. So we could probably bang that in a little bit, but at least now, I mean, look how much turn we're getting. It's still almost a Mercedes turn right there. Pure artistry. Like a ballet. I'm really happy with how it turned out. We still got a little bit more work to do on it to get everything just perfectly just tuned in right. But now I can parallel park somewhere where I can pull into a parking stall real fast without being embarrassed of every time I'm trying to pull in somewhere. So big thanks to Overland Truck Store. I'm going to be back next week and get everything dialed in, get the rear finished. But for the most part, we did everything that was essential. So. All right, guys, so that has been wild. It's been 2 days and we actually need a third day. We got everything done except this portion of the fender that we need to cut and roll but everything else has been done. All the necessary things to make these 35s fully fit. Got plenty of space in here now, even for obstacles. So they did a pretty darn good job. Yeah, so we're gonna hurry up and get out of the shop because they're about to close now. So I'm gonna fast forward to tomorrow and I will show you the amount of crank that I have. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, it's the next day, but it's dark again, so my apologies. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down by the tires, and let's see the crank that we're getting out of this. So I'd say that is a decent amount of crank. With it all the way, she does still get really, really close and just barely skims that. So we may be able to address that. I think maybe push it in a little bit farther, but we've pushed it in pretty dang far. All right, so before I let you guys go, I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and I'm gonna try to do a complete U-turn in this smaller space. I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna try to turn it, U-turn it right here. We got a pretty wide space, but it's, without the cutting we did, it would have definitely rubbed trying to do a U-turn here. So I'm gonna put the camera down, we're gonna test it out, and if it does scrub, we'll see at what point it does scrub. And tell me in the comments, you know, is this something that you'd be willing to do with your WK2? And if not, tell me why. Tell me, I don't care what it is, 35 suck, 33s all day, or whatever you want to say. I don't care. I just want to hear from you guys in the comments. All right, you guys might not be, but I'm thoroughly impressed. Now, she did skim a little bit, and I expected her to. I was waiting for it. But that just proves I can pretty much do everything I need to do on road, and about 98% of everything I can do off road. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this, and I will be making sure that I can get full crank, but right now, I'm happy, guys. So that is what it takes to truly put 35s on a WK2. Now, if you're just using it for road driving or every day, I don't know why you put 35s on it anyway, unless you like the look. Then you could probably get away with not doing half the things I did. Just know you're gonna get some scrub. You might pop a few fenders here and there, but you could probably get away with it. But for what I do, the Grand is for off-roading. I do some things here and there, like I went to work today with my Jeep. But she's designated for off-road. She is for the Grand X channel, and so that's what I want her to be able to do. But yeah, guys, I'm thoroughly happy. I hope I helped you guys out. Now, if doing this to your WK2 is something that you would want to do and you would go full bore like this, let me know. If you wouldn't, also let me know why. Whether it be because you say 35s are stupid on this Jeep, 33s all day, or 31s even. Just tell me, I don't care. Just let me know your opinions. I just want to hear from you in the comments. But that's what I did. I'm happy with it. And long as the 35s can fit, the Jeep is strong enough to push 35s. Don't listen to what people say. But all right, guys, I really love y'all. And like always, peace.